Hello everybody, my name is That Joe Guy and welcome back to Cooking Mama. Here we are in front of Gamlen's house. And we have some things to do today. I think we'll talk in a little bit about what we're going to get done. I was just sort of looking at the mountains and the palaces over here. I had to adjust the graphics settings a little bit, so I was like looking a little at just the scenery and stuff like that. I'm just, god damn, these mountains in particular, they're gorgeous. Are those the Anderfels, or I feel like I lose track of these places' geography all the time, or is that just Sundermount all the way up there? I'm not sure. But the reason I had to change the graphics settings, I'm not sure what happened exactly, but is this here. The diffusion depth of field. When I put it on, this happens. When I'm facing a certain direction, like, everything just goes blurry. Now this was happening before, but not to this extent, so it's obviously broken somehow. And I don't know how to fix it, so I'm just getting rid of it. What is... hang on. DirectX 11 renderer and very high graphics detail. Well, I have that, so whatever. Hang on, did I cancel that? Or... yes. Cancel. I'll look that up and see if I can get it fixed. I'd rather run the game at full settings, you know, because I have the computer for it, and this is a fairly old game, so whatever. It is still gorgeous, though. Anyway, the reason where it said Gamlen's house is that I was doing my wander around, I'd sorted everybody's tactics, their equipment, everybody's optimized, and actually got their new stuff folded into their tactics, which I'm really looking forward to sort of seeing in action, because people are going to be using pretty much all their abilities now. There's very little, to reflect the new difficulty setting I'm on, there's very little that they're actually keeping back in reserves for when I need to take direct control of them, which I think will make combat a bit flashier and a bit more interesting on a day-to-day basis. It might make the harder ones slightly harder because I won't have access to be adaptable to a situation, but I'm still kind of looking forward to it. We'll see how it works. But when I went round to Gamlen's house to drop off a bow, Meryl was here. Hello?
You know what the Dalish say to their dogs? Take the dread wolf by the ear if he comes.
What?
I could tell you a story of the dread wolf if you like.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Sounds interesting.
Long ago, a clan lived on the Silent Plains. It was a terrible, lonely place where the sun was forbidden to shine. Their keeper had a coursing hound. They had run down deer and hares and wolves together when they were young. But they had grown old together, keeper and hound, and now only dozed before the campfire, dreaming of hunts. But then the dread wolf came. For the keeper was wise and kind, the things Fen Harald hates above all else. At night, he tried to steal into the keeper's dreams, to twist his mind and turn him against the people. But even in dreams, the courser guarded his master. He caught the dread wolf's scent and gave chase across the fade. Oh, you like that part? Shall I keep going?
Yeah, don't keep him waiting.
I don't think you have a choice.
Fan Harald tried to shake his pursuer, but the hound ran as coursers can only run in their dreams. Even the wind couldn't have fled that hound. He ran the dread wolf down and grabbed him by the tail. Fan Harald howled so loud that the veil shook and even the stars scattered in fear. But the hound wouldn't let go. Neither hound nor wolf gave in. Finally, Fan Harald bit off his own tail to escape, and away he fled. Ever since, the dread wolf thinks twice about playing his tricks when dogs are on guard. I'm pleased you liked it.
Yeah.
So few animals are interested in Dalish history. He's a sweet dog, Hawke. See you later.
See you later, Meryl. Seems you got yourself a fan there. I'm still getting the weird blur thing when I get too close to Hawke's face. I really hope this isn't going to become an issue. If it starts to mess with some other cutscenes, then I'll stop and I'll look it up. I'm sure this is an issue which just happened. I'm sure a reinstall would work. It's obviously just not recognizing DirectX very well. Whatever. Technical stuff. Today we're going to do some stuff. Let's assemble a party. Now, let's decide what we're going to do first today. I know at the end I said that I would do Tranquility. I know I've been sitting on that one for a long time, and
There's no circle among the Dalish. Any child with the gift of magic is apprenticed to a keeper. In another clan if there's no need in her own.
That sounds nice.
Magic is a gift of the creators. Why wouldn't we use it? It just seems wasteful for humans to lock their mages away where they can't do any good.
But you are a blood mage.
Yes, not much response to that. Easy to forget that she's a blood mage. She isn't the archetype for sure. I don't know how smart Meryl is. On one hand, she seems kind of learned and historical and like free thinking. And on the other hand, her blood magic. On the other hand, some of the things that she says, I worry sometimes whether or not, like, are you joking, or like, are you really just getting the wrong, the tail end of this conversation? So I still don't know what to think of you, Meryl. Especially in regards to blood magic. I would love to have a conversation about you with it. But at the moment, it's still kind of not enough of my business to butt in. Even though, like, just personally, I am keeping an eye on her for signs of possession, etc. So what we got? We have... Okay, there's a rumor here. Okay, no, that's fine. Only one more rumor left. Okay, so main plot, we got a few things here. Secondary loose ends. Mirren has a task outstanding. Okay, so it's all in here. It's Tranquility, it is Act of Mercy, and it's Shepherding Wolves. The Chantry sister is waiting in a safe house near the Lowtown Bazaar. Okay. Act of Mercy, go to the location marked on the Free Marchers world map to answer the Lester's anonymous plea for help and Tranquility, yeah. So I would love to do Tranquility. I've received more than one comment asking me to do Tranquility, but it's still in universe not as urgent as anything else that I've had. So Act of Mercy and Shepherding Wolves, both of them have cited time as a factor, and I'm sure that isn't a concern in game, but canonically I would just take care of that first. Besides, again, we're really close to our goal here at 47 gold, so I actually forgot to drop off that bow. Whoops. Okay, never mind, I'll just keep it. The Grey Warden thing is something that I would do in character once I kind of had the money sorted and I sure was able to, like, sort of get going. And, you know, we'll do it at the next available opportunity when it makes sense. But let's decide what we're going to do first. Act of Mercy or Shepherding Wolves? Location marked to the free... Yeah, okay, and Shepherding Wolves. Act of Mercy sounded slightly less urgent, but we're already here at the safe house near the Lowtown Bazaar, so where is that? That's for Tranquility. So is it at night then? Looks like it's at night. No, hang on, I'm lost. There we go. Right, oh, so here is the safe house. Old city slums, and so nearby our own place. I've gathered my party, and I come to answer the call. Hello?
Nice to see you too.
I thank you for coming. This matter is delicate, and I need someone of limited notoriety who will not link this to me.
Okay.
It is an escort, but I think you will agree the nature of the party makes this unique.
Okay. This is atrocious. Hang on, guys, back in a moment. Alright, so we're back, and as we can see, it's fixed. I don't know what happened, something to do with updating my graphics drivers before the chickens were hatched on the full moon under the North Star. It's I don't know, it was a big technical thing. And it just occurred to me that I'm coming to see a Sister of the Chantry flanked by Templars with 2 apostate mages to my left and to my right. They must not be notified on site, or they're you know, they must not have them all under wraps. They could be like approved mages from a different city. The point is that on site, at the very least, you can't tell a mage or an apostate mage by an apostate. So here we go. Although interestingly, Aveline's husband back at the start identified Bethany as apostate almost immediately. I'm unsure how, maybe it was just the context. Is this illegal? Get to the point. Yeah, get to the point.
Time is wasting. Who is going where?
My name is Sister Patrice. I have assumed a burden of charity. This is my charge.
Oh.
Shiva Da.
Would even a Templar bind a mage like this?
Oh.
A survivor of infighting with their Talvashoth outcasts. I call him Katojan, a bridge between worlds.
Uh-huh.
The Viscount and others feel that peace begins with appeasement. This mage would likely be returned to his brutal kin. He can serve a better purpose. I want him free. He must be guided from the city without alerting his people. Or being seen in my care.
There's a star here, and I missed by investigating this last time. Hang on, there's a star here, which means it's like a special thing. Either due to circumstance or due to my class or so on and so forth, but it only comes up every now and then. So I'm going to investigate, but hopefully this won't disappear. If it does disappear, I'll just reload, so why protect him in secret?
If you're so intent on this, why not use Chantry resources?
My order will soon realize the Kunari presence is more than a test of faith. It is an open challenge. But for now, I must act on my own. Helping this mage shows how Kunari heresy cannot be ignored. His flight is vital.
Kunari heresy. Where would he go?
Is freedom so helpful? A new life with that collar seems doubtful.
And yet it is more than he has. My reach is limited. His struggle is his own.
It just seems like releasing a bird, cage and all.
We do what we can to step toward what is right. That must be enough.
Well, he's here, and he can hear, so he's probably okay with this as well. I don't know, like, I remember back in Dragon Age Origins that they cut the tongue out of mages in Kunari Land to prevent them from doing any magic whatsoever. How'd you get him?
You don't just stumble on someone like this.
For all their blasphemous certainty, the Kunari do have deserters. Those who seek freedom are hunted mercilessly.
Talvashoth.
Yeah.
They seem to accept the role.
Even their rebels conform. Savonel observed one of their bloody exchanges. This poor mage was the only survivor.
Right, okay. And you sure he's Talvashoth?
And you think this mage was being hunted?
I am certain no thinking creature would willingly submit to this. If he was not running before, he has seized the opportunity now.
It's just standing there. It's so strange. It's like this object of a person.
Will he help? If I trust him at all?
I don't know his capabilities, or if he can function at all in that collar, but I think he knows we are his only way out.
You think?
He's followed every direction and made no aggressive moves, even when taunted.
Gotcha.
Were I in his place, I could have fled.
Yeah.
Kunari or not, I can only assume he wants to be led to freedom.
You don't know for sure, though.
And if you're wrong, I have to deal with it.
That is why I went to Lowtown. You are either capable of the discretion and skill that I need, or you are not.
How interestingly callous, sister. Though I do see your point, it's still very calculated. Maybe we can strike up a deal here. Maybe something can be worked out.
I've had dealings with the Kunari leader. He'd want to know of this.
You have dealt with their leader. If you have interacted with Kunari, you know how they treat those who leave their heathen order. The Arashok would doom this poor creature. But knowing them is useful. If they challenged you, attacking an ally would only confirm their barbarism.
Right?
You are still right for the task.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that is interesting. Did I ask this already?
You're not interested in who you might be hiring?
If you were important enough to know, I would need someone else. But if you insist, what is your family name?
My name is Hawke.
Strong. Very Ferelden. The Kunari have hardly pressured the southern nations. You have not seen as many converts or those who refused. If this action, if any action, can lessen their influence, it must be done.
This seems like a... So to get this straight, this sister is the sister's invested in this because she believes it the right thing to do to rescue the Qunari from this, but also because the reason she thinks this is the right thing to do is because she thinks she's the one recognizing the Qunari threat as a threat, as opposed to like a relatively momentary inconvenience to the docks and, you know, to the culture. Because the Qunari are just kind of there at the moment, but they are mulling over in their head introducing the Khun to Kirkwall by force. So lessening their influence, whilst I haven't been outwardly aggressive with the Qunari, I do think I want to be involved in this, and I think that lessening their influence in this way, for this specific job, I think I can do this.
I can get him out of Kirkwall. He's a bit conspicuous for the streets, though.
We must help this poor creature. He has faced worse than what I run from.
Why would they do this to him?
That is obviously not an option. You must avoid incident with the guards. I cannot be linked to this. This mage will be a fine example of how cruel Qunari are, even to their own.
Right.
But only if this plays out just so. The passage here leads to the warrens of the Undercity. It is dangerous, but that is why you were hired. Good luck.
Makes sense. A Varric rivalry, but no indication why he would have problems with it. Who are you?
Do it or don't, but get out of my sight, Ferelden.
Strange.
I thank you for taking Katojan. The passage leads through the Undercity and around the Guard. I will pay upon your return. I know this may be a reluctant duty. Let us hope there are no unforeseen incidents.
Let's hope so. Just checking levels. Yep, we're good.
Katojan, is it? You need to be led out of the city.
He speaks.
I don't know if he understood you. I know I didn't understand him.
It has been difficult to get information, but look at him. Would you want this? We must have that in common.
Yeah. It's a start.
Be ready, Katojan.
Uh-huh.
Be ready, Katojan.
Yeah, okay, he is. They can't cast spells, can they, like that? That's why they do it. Let's go. Let's just see. We're on our way out of the city anyway, right? So I'm guessing we'll do this. We'll get him out. We'll go do the Act of Mercy mission. And then we'll come back as long as everything goes according to plan, which it always does, of course.
Tromping the deep dark with a horn skull mage, and other colloquials to that effect.